It's not raining, and the wind has let up. Let's do this. Come on, Max. Go ahead. Steve, let's do this. Yep. Trust me. Well, but if you're wearing a fur coat, you Maine Coon, who cares? Nice coat. It's another full plate of weather. Too much weather, even some space weather. Tuesdays are good if you can get them. Triple hop. We say Tuesdays are good if you can get them because usually this year we've had high pressure, but we've been bucking that trend lately. And today we have a warm front, and that's why it's still 39 degrees. This thermometer has not moved all day yesterday, 39 or 40 degrees, cold air mass, and there is precipitation coming out of the clouds this morning. So much to talk about. Space weather, too. The sun burped last week, a few days ago. A coronal mass ejection sent magnetic plasma to the top of the atmosphere. Global QZ, even on Cape Cod in Centerville, says it was purple. The sky was purple. That is the ionization of molecules at the top of the atmosphere. Hartford Bob, I think Hartford, Connecticut. Gorgeous. Thank you, Hartford Bob. So many people, and I got a shout out on the radio this morning. And Chuck Nolan, Danielle Muir, and Tyler, I listen to you every day. And Danielle spent 5 hours last night. It's a Butte, Clark. No doubt a joke about the Christmas with the Griswolds there on the north side of Boston. Where were you? And is that Beverly? We're somewhere up on the North Shore yesterday. Thank you so much for all the Aurora pictures and so much more going on. Yesterday, Vec sent this shot in the trees at Jay Peak where it just raged yesterday. Another 6 to 12 inches at Jay Peak, so we're halfway to our 2 feet this week forecast, and I still think we're going to get pretty close. Again, I changed it to 20 a couple days ago, and it's snowing again this morning at Jay Peak. There's the view from the golf course is covered in snow, up high more than a foot, down low about 6 inches, and an announcement, a couple of announcements. One, Tim Kelly's going to be the forecaster again this season. And two, they're opening early. Instead of opening on the Friday right after Thanksgiving, they're going to open next weekend, which is the 22nd, the weekend before Thanksgiving. So that's a rare thing. And speaking of rare thing, have you ever seen a cat on a surfboard? Hanging, zero paws. There you are, Steve. I'm glad you're there. And so what we have now is a warm front. Here's the there's so many things going on. I guess I have to talk about what the storm that did yesterday, the storm that caused all that upslope snow. And it's now up in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, and it deepened from about 997 near P-Town a couple of days ago down to 968, 31 millibars, but it didn't happen in 24 hours, so technically it's not a bomb. But it certainly ramped the wind up last night, and boy, so cold taking those pictures outside, huh? Did you get any on top of Mount Washington? I don't think so. It was a wind gust of 123 miles per hour on top of Mount Washington at midnight, with the temperature got down to 4 degrees. The record, by the way, is 5 below zero on the 11th, set in 2017. So not record cold, but certainly cold, numbing cold. We break for Ida. All right. Back to the forecast. There's a warm front coming at us. Here's the surface map from this morning, and it shows a warm front over Ohio and a cold front over Indiana, and a low pressure system, or a couple of them, going across Ontario. This is the return of warmer air for most of the areas that were record cold yesterday. It's going to warm up back to seasonable levels, but even though we're done with the polar vortex, we're not done with the polar type air. That is air coming from the North Pole toward New England, and it's going to be happening for the most part. We're on the colder side of the front for the foreseeable future, right through the 10-day forecast. Here's the radar this morning, and he shows some broken rains and snows, mostly snows. It's still cold enough for snow, all the way to about Wachusett. I should have checked that web camera at Wachusett, and it's snowing also at Killington. Oh, and yes, Killington snowing all the way down to the base, and they're not making snow on the Superstar Trail first thing this year because they replaced the lift, and there's no World Cup this year, so the trail is white because of Mother Nature. It just snowed all day yesterday at Killington, all the way down to the bottom. Killington opened today for lift serve skiing. Oh man, T-Rex is tangled. They can get tangled on the littlest things all the time. Oh, sorry, frustration. We come here for the cats and the dogs, and TK, you got to keep your cool, okay? All right, we're trading places now. So yes, Killington is opening today, and also Sunday River. Sunday River, some natural snow. I was kind of surprised that we got an inch of snow from sort of a meso low pressure system that went from Jeffersonville right across Sunday River yesterday. Another inch of snow from Mother Nature. Usually it doesn't happen like this when there's an upslope in Vermont. Usually it's sunny in Maine, but it actually snowed in Maine last night too. So welcome there, no doubt. So Sunday River and Killington spinning lifts. So winter is here. This is a very wintry sky. And we're going to have this warm front, cold front combination coming at us several times. Here's the HRRR for today. We have the little specks of green in parts of southern New England, rain or snowflakes. Oh, yesterday, so many first flakes reported. I don't even have time for all that. I'll talk about it in the end more, but first flakes all the way to Nantucket yesterday. Thank you all for sharing all that. And there are some flakes in the sky here today. It looks like another inch or two or three or four around Jay Peak, otherwise just kind of a coating in the higher elevations today. That's the warm front, and then the cold front comes in, and there's a little wave of low pressure. We love these little waves of low pressure. In the middle of the winter, these are usually good for 5 to 10 inches, and this is going to be good for 5 inches anyway, places like Mount Mansfield and Jay. And that's cold front with the blue lines coming back at us. Now this goes out through 1 a.m. now on Friday, and there's still cold air advection and another upper level low coming over us. So another general 2 to 5 with lollipops of 6+, especially places like Jay Peak. So we're going to continue whitening the slopes, and it's going to be cold enough for snow guns pretty much the whole time. And of course, we've got the blue jay. The blue jay is here. T-Rex is barking. Mother Nature does her best to distract me, but we're going to keep on going. I want to see the blue jay. Very pretty, very noisy, very pretty. I think the blue jay is just trying to protect the bird feeder. And so we're kind of in a hurry. There's a lot of travel going on. So let's do this. I'm not going to use the GFS or the Canadian, although they're more in sync, and the euro is back to where it was for this Sunday. We've been talking about how this Sunday is the next sort of more significant system that could bring freezing rain and a wintry mix to much of New England. So here is the euro, and we have this little short wave coming across today and tonight. So warm air advection turns into cold air advection. Just 2 more excuses to make it snow in the mountains. So some more snow in our mountains, and a raindrop or 2 elsewhere with more seasonable temperatures, not quite as cold, no hard freeze. And then you have high pressure building to the south, storms coming in off the Pacific like locomotives trying to push warm air across the nation. And here comes the Sunday system with the high pressure system and all those red lines. And all of a sudden, it's turning pink on the map over Ontario. We talked about this. This is freezing rain. It's going to be warming at upper levels of the atmosphere, but because it's going to be Saturday night, it's going to be cold and clear to start the night. You're going to wake up to freezing rain. This is now 5 a.m., so it's faster than it was. But again, it's a sub 990 low, another one, powerful low pressure system over northern New York. And we are right on the gradient with green just south of Burlington, Vermont. That's rain to Boston. This makes a lot more sense than about 5 days ago, but it still does show the ice. So somebody's getting some freezing rain on Sunday morning with first warm air advection, then cold air advection. The snow is in Maine, and the West Coast also, a major storm coming into Southern California this weekend. That's where I'm supposed to go. Not sure it's going to happen. And we're going to have to watch those storms coming in now to the southwestern United States. That's a lot different than when they go into Canada, because when they go into Canada, they try and push the warmer air. When they go into the southwestern United States, they can hold the colder air, and you throw in a Greenland block, and we have high stakes next week. So after Sunday, wintry mix, let's put this back in motion. That low pressure system kind of slides east and then dodges south, and that's a sign of the Greenland block. And you have the blue returning to Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire with the snow on Sunday night and Monday. Upslope snow should not impact southern New England, but more cold air advection. Notice the blue lines are over us. The red lines are pretty far south. And we're going to get a tempt by high pressure to build in southeastern Canada at this point. We talk about the highs in southeastern Canada being colder, but then here's another kind of wintry mix or wintry mess coming at us with a fast flow aloft and a front with a warm front and a cold front again next Wednesday, Thursday, and that'll leave us on the colder side of the front next Friday. And yesterday I got the days wrong. Friday, there's Friday. And what is that? Oh my goodness. That's a snowstorm for central New England. Where have we seen this before? I think a couple of weeks ago it showed something like that for Veterans Day, and we did end up snowing, but nothing like this. This would be a full-on nor'easter, a sub 990 low, and this is
Friday the 21st. Yes, get the dates right this time. And we have a full-on snowstorm if the Euro is right. And I'd say there's probably about a 40% probability that this is anywhere near accurate. But it just goes to show you that the weather pattern is amped. And we have almost wall-to-wall cold in Canada, rebuilding because we used it all up in the last couple days. And we have this benchmark nor'easter potential. And there's more storms coming in off the Pacific Ocean. So it's just a continuance of this parade of early winter storms. Now, that's the end of the weather, and I'm kind of out of time. The Sebago Lake crew showed up and dropped off some equipment, but we're not exactly sure how it's all going to land. But eventually, we are getting a stairway here. So that's not breaking news, is it? The Enmore yesterday, the crew showed up, and I was trying to get time lapse. Everyone was talking about the first flakes of the season, so I thought I'd get a time lapse of a snowflake coming into Weymouth, but it didn't happen. But we're going to get a couple of time lapse and a little more Steve and the cold winds. So I call it yesterday's weather today. Steve, can you look at the camera? And more.
Hey, what's going on here? Did someone order a dock? Well, yes, we ordered a dock. Well, a lift. Well, something. We're getting something. I think it's going to be a Lumicon. Ain't neat. And more and more. New crew, new stuff. Okay, the mesoscale snow has arrived at J Peak, and streaming cam is kind of clunky there. I think it's my internet connection. Just got a text from Blair, New York City. It says, first flakes in New York City happening now. Looks like Boston's getting close also. And the workers in the backyard shifted gears, so we don't have them. So maybe we'll do a time lapse of these rapidly moving clouds with instability and snowflakes. Possible right in Boston. Birds. What do you see, Rex? Is it snowing yet? It's funny, we started talking about this 2 weeks ago. Watch out for Veterans Day snow. It's not a snowstorm, but there's so many people reporting the first flakes of the season. Can it snow at 40 degrees? It can in this kind of instability when you have the freezing level down to just 1,000 feet above the surface. That sunshine in Hull. Any sunshine actually aids in the lift, the buoyancy. So if we could get some breaks of sun that make the cumulus even thicker, but as it is, thick enough for first flakes. Let's make a little bit of a time lapse. I'm going to put the tripod on over here, and hopefully it won't blow over. And the stairs crew has moved to another job for today. So we're going to just be sky watching for the rest of the day. T-Rex. Just past 11 a.m. and it is snowing in the mountains. This is now called mesoscale. Not widespread, but where and when it snows. It can snow really hard, especially ongoing in the upslope and near Great Lakes, but places like Boston, Worcester, Cape Cod, it's just flitting flakes. Cloud. My camera lasted 2 hours, and those flitting flakes did not hit. The camera lost its energy. We've had more snowflakes reported around Cape Cod and the islands. Ocean effect. Then here near Weymouth. Let's try again with this time lapse now. There's that one. There's one coming right at us. See? See? 2:30, and the sky is just full of flaky clouds. You can tell by the gray curtainy color. 40 degrees. Can it snow at 40 degrees? Yes, it can. Let's try this again. Putting it on the tripod. Take two. 2:30. Extra points if the Boston high-rises disappear because of visibility going down in snowflakes. TK's turn for the first flakes of the season. Everyone else has seen them so far today. 3:30. It's another 45 minutes, and the flaky clouds just continue to evaporate before they get to TK. I'm like one of the only people that hasn't seen snow today. Boy, is it a blizzard in the mountains. There's some pretty foliage over there in Quincy. Get some Virga over Boston. I'll do one more try as the sun goes over the horizon in a few minutes. Just past 4 o'clock. You can hear the whistling winds. Sun's going down. I mean, Rex doesn't want to go out, but Steve wants to go out. Steve always wants to go out. Oh, I take it back. Rex heard us. Rex says, yeah, I want to go out too. Okay. Of course. He's like, seriously? He was just sleeping. Steve, we came down here for you. Go ahead. All right. No lines. We're going out unsecured. Sun goes down at 4:25. It's 4:15. 39 degrees. The coldest afternoon we've had since last April. T-Rex, let's go over this way. Come on. The wind, too noisy. Crank that piano music, TK. This is the end of the day video. Still snowflakes coming out of the sky, but not reaching the ground here. What a day in the mountains, though. And grateful that I have been rehired officially by J Peak Resort to do the bi-weekly snow guesses. Historic start this year. So far, anyway. Can you hear me now? Can you see Steve staring at all the blowing leaves and other critters, but not the camera? Can never look at the camera when I'm trying to get him to look at the camera. All right, that's it. Too cold, too windy. Snowflakes so close yet so far. Once again, thank you, veterans who served and viewers who watch and comment. So many comments. I will make time for a Q&A here at one of these afternoons. If the weather would ever quiet down, it just keeps going more and more and more. Travel day tomorrow, so it could be a quick one first thing in the morning, or it will be a late day in the afternoon. Not sure. One way or another, though, we'll get it done. Thanks for watching. Talk to you tomorrow. Winter is here.